breaking news. The president, I see Air Force One, and it is heading on down the runway. So,
yeah. I just watched him walk up the steps, turn around and wave to everybody.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, did he trip like Joe Biden would have?
He did not. No, he was pretty confident walking up those stairs.
No tripping? Okay,
no tripping.
Good.
He didn't even have the old man shoes on that Joe Biden eventually ended up wearing.
And it was, he's using, President Trump, I assume, is using the long staircase, not the little baby staircase that Biden had to use.
Correct. Yep.
Well, let's be honest. Biden would not be going to this length to try and solve, this 3-year-old horrendous war.
He would not be brokering world peace.
No, he would be writing blank checks to Vladimir Zelensky. That's what Joe Biden would be doing. So we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you, Joan. Mm-hmm. Watch us on YouTube if you would. And by the way, the Daily Dan poll, we haven't even talked about that yet. So let's very quickly, Sam, remind me what the Daily Dan poll is this morning. And we'll maybe converse on that before I go into some great audio and video.
So the Daily Dan poll.
By the way, real quick, Harry Enton has some very bad news for Democrats. Go.
So the Daily Day, I put, should Zelensky crash the Trump-Putin meeting because he wasn't invited?
Right.
And we are polling at 79% saying no. Let Putin and Trump talk it out.
Yeah, let the adults, what did I say yesterday? Let the adults in the room talk.
The people who know how to wear suits to formal business meetings.
Oh, can you imagine if Zelensky does try to crash it? He does show up and he's wearing his fatigues. Oh, please let that happen. Anyway, thank you, Sam. All right, real quickly. Because we all know what's going on in Washington, D.C. We've all been talking about it. And I think there's a lot going on here that the media clearly is not covering. Number one, and I have been talking about this morning, is that there is a lot of crime in Washington, D.C., regardless of what the media and the locals in D.C. Politicians will tell you. There is a lot of crime in D.C. That's number one. Number two, the locals in D.C., some of them are actually very happy that Donald Trump has sent in the National Guard. But, just from a common sense standpoint, doesn't it make sense to want safe streets? I mean, doesn't it? Of course it does. Harry Enton on CNN has some very bad news for the Democrats.
Yeah, I think that Democrats have to get it around their heads that Americans are far more hawkish on crime than they think that they are. What are we talking about? Trump's net approval handling crime. Where was he last year? He was way underwater at minus 13 points views of term number one. But look at where he is now. He's on the positive side of the ledger. He's on the positive side at plus 1 point. Americans view Trump far more favorably now on crime than they did a year ago.
Now, so just so you know, because there's video playing on the stream, but Trump has gone up 14 points. March of 2024, the American people viewed him in terms of handling crime at negative 13. He is now up 1. So the Democrats are on the losing side of this.
And while this polling doesn't take into account what's exactly happening in D.C. right now, it does take into account what happened in Los Angeles, what's happened earlier this year. And Americans, for the most part, actually view Trump favorably. Crime is one of Trump's best issues. It's one of the reasons why he wants to talk about crime, because it favors him.
It will be very interesting when you can see polling that has what's happening and rolling out right now settling in to see
if it moves
what the impact really is, because it's been a lot of messaging is what we've seen.
You know what I think is going on? There's a number of things going on. I predict, this is going to be my bold prediction, and you can tell me what you think on the super text line, which is open right now, very active this morning. Thank you. 615-775-7833, right? Did I get that right?
No.
What is why? How did I forget that? 615-773.
615-787.
787.
9986.
I don't know what phone number I just
Probably
gave.
one of your wonderful sponsors.
Okay. I probably did. And it's a little early for the show to be train wrecking.
Yeah.
Whatever. Moving right along. Do you know what I think? Chime in on the super text line. Do you know what I think is going on? I think the American people saw the Cincinnati beatdown, which, by the way, I've got some news on that coming up. We saw the Cincinnati beatdown. We saw the bloody woman, Holly, on the ground, beaten to perhaps within an inch of her life. We saw what happened to Big Balls. And we also know we also know that 13, 14-year-old groups of children in these big cities are doing horrendous things. And so I think the American people, I think what they're doing is they are tying that directly to Democrat policies. That's number one. And number two is they're seeing Donald Trump, just like Russia and Ukraine, they see Donald Trump wanting to fix it. So my bold prediction is going to be that when the polling comes out on what Donald Trump is doing in Washington, D.C., it is going to be even better.
Compare Trump to Biden in handling of crime, please.
Yeah, okay. I think this sort of gives the game away here because Donald Trump is like Air Jordan towering over Joe Biden when it comes to their handling of crime. Look, in 2024, look at where Biden's net approval was on crime. Way underwater there at minus 26 points. It was one of Biden's worst issues. Granted, pretty much every issue was one of Biden's worst issues. And again, look at where Donald Trump is. Way, way, way above Joe Biden. What is that?
Absolutely. On the screen, net approval ratings handling crime. Joe Biden in 2024, he was minus 26. Minus 26. Donald Trump is up 1. So that tells you that the American people, unlike the Democrats, the American people get it.
That's 27 points. So Americans vastly prefer Donald Trump's approach to crime than they did to Joe Biden's. And again, I think it gets back to the point that Americans are far more hawkish on crime than a lot of Democrats want to admit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everybody knows Democrats weak on crime.
Americans writ large, but how does it break down by party?
Yeah, okay. So I think that this is, we're talking about Donald Trump here, right? So I think it's very important to know that this isn't just about Donald Trump. It's about Republicans versus Democrats. Right?
And that's important for the midterm elections. And that is important for the next presidential race coming up in 2028. By the way, which party is closer to your views on crime? 2 years ago, I'm just going to tell you what it says. 2 years ago, the GOP was up 13 points. The Republicans were up 13 points. Do you know what it is now?
Right. And that
up 16 points. So we are up 3 points from just a couple of years ago.
Of course, is a key question going into next year's midterm election. I think the party closest to your views on crime. Look, in 2023, Republicans were favored by 13 points. Look at where they were in May of this year. Republicans were actually favored by 16 points. They actually gained ground on crime. They were maintaining their edge and actually added a little bit to it. So Republicans in the House, Republicans in the Senate, they absolutely want to be talking about crime. The more they feel that we're talking about crime, the better they feel that the electoral landscape is for them.
Okay. See, that's what I love. That's what I love. Meantime, Pam Bondi, I guess is this breaking news this morning, Joan? Because CNN is calling this breaking news. Attorney General Pam Bondi takes over the D.C. Police Department and installed a new emergency commissioner. And so as the president and Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, is essentially taking over the Washington, D.C. Police Department, the mayor and the police chief there in Washington, D.C. are both rejecting the notion that Pam Bondi can take over the Washington, D.C. Police Department and is allowed to, has the authority to install a new emergency commissioner. So there's going to be a battle over authority there. But you know what? I just told you, Harry Enton just told you that, listen, you've got the GOP that is far more trusted with fighting crime. Joan and Sam, do you know what I was thinking about this morning when I was reading the news and I'm listening to Harry Enton and I'm seeing that the Democrats are battling Donald Trump and Pam Bondi over what's going on in Washington, D.C.?
Winning.
No. Do you know what I was thinking about?
What?
Do you know when the movie Home Alone, when Macaulay Culkin gets the two bandits to fall down the stairs or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he goes, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I think about every time I read about how they are resisting Donald Trump. It's like, yes, they keep doing this. They keep, and we played the audio yesterday, they keep falling into this trap where these like 95-5 issues.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's 97-3.
Yeah, some people, I don't know who this 97-3. I mean, you're right.
I'll see your Home Alone 1 reference and raise you a Home Alone 2 where he's chucking bricks down.
Okay.
Smacks him right in the face and it stuns him, falls over. That's what pops in my head.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Either way, they're not doing well. The Democrats certainly are not doing well with this issue. And I don't think that do you think that they know that they're losing on this issue? Like, do you think that they know it?
No.
You don't think they know it, Sam? Do you think they know it, Joan?
I don't. And I wanted to ask you did you see the coverage of yesterday, Gavin Newsom's press conference?
So.
Do you have that?
Let me, yes, I do. But basically, I got to find it. But yeah, basically what happens.
It's kind of the same thing, right?
It is the same thing. So Gavin Newsom is having this press conference, and he's really angry. And the reason why Gavin Newsom is angry is because, and God, this is so Trumpian, isn't it? So Newsom is having a press conference on the fleeing Texas Democrats. They are now going, I guess today they're back in. They're going to reconvene today in Texas, in Austin. But Newsom is having a press conference, and ICE shows up outside of the press conference, and they start arresting people. Oh, my Lord.
Is it not the greatest thing ever?
It is the greatest thing ever. It is the greatest thing ever. And the funny thing is that, Newsom got really, really angry at that. I'm desperately looking for the audio and the video. I don't, because this just came up. I'll find it, and I'll play it coming up after this next break, because a couple of things happened. You got Newsom holding a press conference, and if you hear Gavin Newsom tell it, they intentionally sent ICE to his press conference and start arresting people. I mean, I love that.
Do you want to hear how one of the reporters at ABC?
Yes.
You want to hear this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hit play, Joan.
A group of heavily armed Border Patrol agents descending on the streets of Little Tokyo in the heart of Los Angeles Thursday, an operation taking place just outside a political event with prominent Democrats, including California Governor Gavin Newsom, where they announced that California would fast-track redistricting to ensure more Democrats are elected to Congress in the midterms, which they said was in response to what Texas is trying to do with Republican members of Congress.
They're a little upset.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They're always going to be upset because for the Democrats, I think you're right. I do believe that they know that they're losing. They're losing the narrative. They are losing the fight. And I think that this is really fun to watch. I don't know if I've ever, to be perfectly honest, I don't know if I've ever had this much fun covering a story. I do have the audio and the video, so let's get the video up too for you folks watching on YouTube and all the other video streaming channels. This is Gavin Newsom and his response to ICE showing up after during his press conference.
About the fact that we're affirming our independent commission, and we're calling for a national independent commission as well. Well, I think it's pretty sick and pathetic, and it just said everything you need to know, the setting that we're under. That they chose the time, manner, and place to send their district director outside right when we're about to have this press conference. Said everything you know about Donald Trump's America.
Yeah. We want to deport the illegal aliens, dude. By the way, his face, can you see the video? His face is all red. And I did say this in the 5 o'clock hour. There's something about people that smile when they're angry that totally creeps me out. Gavin Newsom is an angry smiler.
It's all about the Botox.
Maybe.
Is he Botoxed?
I mean,
I have no idea.
He's the governor of California. How is he not Botoxed?
Gavin Newsom looks like a walking mannequin. Hold on.
And that was top down. You know that for a fact. And they'll deny it, I'm sure. Maybe they won't deny it. It said everything you know about the authoritarian tendencies of the President of the United States.
I don't think Donald Trump should deny it. I think, you know what? We had ICE outside of Gavin Newsom's press conference. We did that. You know why? because it is symbolic. Because Gavin Newsom is fighting deporting illegal alien gang members. Karen Bass, the mayor, is fighting deporting illegal alien gangbangers. So, yeah, you know what? This really defines what Donald Trump and Tom Homan, their ultimate objective, which is to get rid of these bad guys.
I said it a moment ago, wake up, America, wake up.
Oh, America did wake up, right? November of 2024, we woke up.
You will not have a country if he rigs this election.
We won't have a country if all these illegal aliens keep coming in, thanks to your party, Gavin Newsom.
You will have a president who will be running for a third term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around. The rules do not apply to him. The most corrupt president in history. He doesn't believe in free enterprise, crony capitalism. He is wrecking this country, wrecking the economy. It's a lawless president. Wake up, America. Wake up to what's going on.
So that is Gavin Newsom. He's a little upset. That's what he is.
He's a little angry. And it's just ironic coming from the governor that wanted people to stay in their houses on the 4th of July in 2020.
Yep.
And everyone said, screw that, we're going to shoot fireworks off anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the hypocrisy of Gavin Newsom, California has gone right down the crapper. Gavin Newsom has helped to send the state of California right down the crapper, and every person that I know in California, and granted I hang out with, I know conservatives, but even some of the liberals that I know cannot stand Gavin Newsom because of some of the things that he has done. And even if you're not politically motivated, even if you're somebody who doesn't really talk much about politics and what have you, just the sheer hypocrisy where, he locked everybody else in while he's having a big old fancy dinner. I think just that, even if you're not, politically minded, the hypocrisy, I think, rubs a lot of people the wrong way. So that is what happened yesterday. And by the way, coming up, I've got some great audio and video of the reaction of Karen Bass when Donald Trump and his administration sent ICE outside of Gavin Newsom's press conference. And by the way, real quick programming note, depending on what happens with the Vladimir Putin meeting with Donald Trump, there may be a live show via Red Eye Radio hosted by yours truly, Saturday morning, midnight to 5, if the network believes that the news warrants it. They want to make sure that they have all the very latest on the network. So keep an eye on my social media if you would, and I'll let you know if I'll be on live tonight or Saturday morning, midnight to 5, covering all things Russia. Now, we were talking earlier, this is such a great story, where Donald Trump sends ICE outside of the press conference that Gavin Newsom was holding. And just a few moments ago, I did play for you the audio of Gavin Newsom, who is not real happy. You know who else isn't happy? Karen Bass, of course.
Oh, yeah.
L.A. mayor.
Not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence.
There is no way this was a coincidence. This was widely publicized that the governor and many of our other elected officials were having a press conference here to talk about redistricting, and they decided they were going to come and thumb their nose in front of the governor's face. Why would you do that? That is unbelievably disrespectful.
Is it unbelievably disrespectful? Because it seems to me like what they are doing is disrespectful to President Trump, because all he's trying to do is deport illegal aliens, and which is his right as president of the United States. And it is incredibly disrespectful to America to get in the way, which is exactly what Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom has been doing. I was listening to Chris the other day, and he was saying that I guess they've got, and I think I've talked about this too, but where they've got an entire little network going on within Los Angeles where it's like a notification system where ICE is. And so then everybody is alerted to where ICE is. And, of course, that not only hurts their ability to find the illegal aliens, but it also puts the lives of the ICE agents at risk. By the way, you know what's great about this video, Joan, and I'm so glad that I can actually show video on the stream.
Yeah.
Is that her head is like bobbing up and down.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like she's channeling Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, she is. She's channeling Elizabeth Warren, and it's like, how dare he? I mean, I don't know about you. I absolutely love what is going on with Karen Bass. And again, it is obviously what they're trying to do is they're trying to troll them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's one of those people that you talked about before that always smiles, even like when they're talking. She's always smiling, and you're not really sure why. But in this video, she's mad.
Oh, she's
really mad, and she's not smiling anymore. And
she's not smiling at all.
No,
she's not smiling at all. And you know, personally, I think it's great. I mean, obviously, you know, the left is all, you know, angry about this, and that's all fine, well, and good, and you know, they can be angry, but here's the deal. The American people are on our side with this. That's what's happening. The American people are on the side of Donald Trump. And so the longer that they try and fight the president on this, the worse it's going to be for them. Now, we were talking earlier, I played the audio of Gavin Newsom complaining that somebody sent him a Trump hat, Trump 2028 hat. And he's saying, oh, somebody sent me this hat. Mark my words, Donald Trump is going to run for a third term. Remember that whole thing? So, of course, the internet did what the internet does. And there are videos all over the place of Gavin Newsom wearing a Trump 2028 hat. I mean, I don't know what it was, that Photoshop or, you know, whatever it is, but it is really, really funny with Gavin Newsom. And I don't know about you, Joan, but, you know, if you're watching on YouTube, I think Gavin Newsom looks really good in a Trump 2028 hat. Doesn't he look fetching?
I love it.
He does. He looks great.
Red is his color.
He looks less like Norman Bates from American Psycho.
He is a little Norman Batesy looking, isn't he?
Yeah. I think they didn't know he would be that crazy when that movie came out. But, you know, you see the memes with Christian Bale and everything in it, and it's pretty identical. He just needs that tarp jacket.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, Gavin Newsom clearly coming out the loser and on this. And again, the internet doing what the internet does. And they put him in a Trump 2028 hat. So the New York Post, and if you're watching on YouTube, then or any of the other streaming options, you can see it here. The new ICE vehicle, this is the headline, Joan. ICE to roll out bold new cars emblazoned with the agency's name and logo, leaving agents furious and terrified, saying that they are now a bullseye.
Yeah.
Let me describe this. There's big yellow lettering on the side. It's kind of like a Jeep looking kind of a thing, like an SUV Jeep kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's a Suburban.
Thank you. On the side in big yellow lettering, capital letters, it says ICE with the ICE logo. Is that purple?
No, it's navy blue. Navy blue with a gold ICE logo.
Okay. On the back end, it says defend the homeland. And people are not happy.
Oh, and you probably did notice when you pulled up this article, there was a Sydney Sweeney Jeans ad playing underneath the headline.
Well, I try not to get distracted by such things, Sam, but it's hard. This is what the article says. Immigration agents say that it'll blow ICE's cover. They say they have long gone undercover to make arrests across the country. They will soon be rolling in vehicles boldly emblazoned with the agency's logo, leaving agents furious and scared for their lives. Who would make this decision? Like, why would you? Is this a Kristi Noem thing? I can't imagine that she would have done this. Because, yeah, ICE is all about, you know, pulling up in the white van. Nobody knows it's them. You know what I mean? I mean, you see this. If you're illegal, you are going to scurry.
Yeah, it sort of takes away their
Anonymity.
Anonymity. That's the word.
You didn't think I'd be able to say it, Joan.
Well, I'm just going on past experience.
I know. It's been a rough week for yours truly. They say the new fleet will be dark blue with ice plastered in giant yellow letters across the side, along with the phrase "Defend the Homeland" in all caps. A photo obtained by the Post shows. The vehicles are expected to be rolled out in Washington, D.C. imminently. Sources say they will then be gradually deployed across the country. This is crazy.
I think those are going to be more on the presser end of things.
You think so?
Yeah, because as was pointed out on the anonymity factor, you're going to, it's like you said, dead giveaway. People are going to scurry. They're going to run. I think this is more for pressers, formal events and things. And it adds a level of seriousness to, how the community should be responding. I think if we see anyone arrested and put in that particular vehicle, they're going to be a U.S. citizen that was obstructing ICE enforcement.
Do you know what I'd like to see? Do you know how they have shows that are like NYPD Blue and I don't know. I would love to see, is there a show that documents ICE?
Oh, wouldn't that
like
be
a
awesome?
live PD, but for ICE?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, that too.
Oh, you mean a drama?
Yeah, like a drama. Like a drama.
I would want to see the ride along.
Like cops,
like
but with
cops,
ICE.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Recommendation.
Can I call ICE and see if I could do that?
Recommendation for people this weekend is to watch the Cops from Nashville that aired in the 90s. It's hilarious.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they did a segment here in like 93.
Yeah. They got a lot of, what do you call them? Business in the front, party in the back.
Oh, lots of mullets.
Mullets. Got a lot of mullets.
Boy.
And
Lots of white trash.
Oh, that's funny. For your information, I used to have a mullet, and I rocked it.
I bet you did.
I had a mullet way too late. I've made the joke before where I had a mullet, I think in the late 90s. I was still rocking the mullet.
Achy breaky heart style.
I was achy breaky heart style. It was not a good look, as I have people who have seen me with the mullet back in the late 90s.
Yeah, but you were styling.
Yeah, did you at least rock a mustache with it?
Mullets were done. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Mullets were done like probably by mid to early 90s.
Well,
I probably had the last mullet in the late 90s. Everybody else had figured it out. I still had one.
Out on the West Coast, sure. People were proudly rocking their mullets in Nashville until the early 2000s.
Were they really? Okay.
100%.
As far as ICE goes, obviously they say we're going to need additional vehicles as we build out our workforce. So there will be some marked vehicles from here in D.C. and around the country. An ICE insider telling the Post, but agents who are dealing with a 1,000% increase in assaults by illegal immigrants and anti-ICE activists, otherwise known as Democrats, say that they are concerned that this will further expose them to dangerous threats. And there it is, the new ICE vehicle. I'm dying to know whose idea this was. This couldn't have been a Donald Trump idea. I don't know if it's Christina. I don't know whose idea it was. See, Sam, if you can find out, maybe somewhere there's an article on this. Oh, this is exclusive from the New York Post. But see if they say somewhere whose idea this was to basically out ICE as they are dealing with a 1,000% increase in threats. It is 7:51 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. The Super Text line is very active this morning. Thank you. 615. Why am I blanking on this all of a sudden?
787-9986.
Thank you very much. I got to write that down. That's the
It's
second
not written
time.
down anywhere?
No. You know what? Can I tell you what it is? I know what it is. I'm not losing it like my hair. What it is I'm doing video today for the first time, really doing the video. And I've got a lot of things going on in my head as I'm trying to do this. And so something as easy to remember as that has escaped my brain because I'm focused on so many other things.
There's only so much room in there, right?
There's only so much room.